Hi, this is Jesse David Fox with PopMatters, talking with Chef Extraordinaire Bobby Flay about all things Thanksgiving. How's it going, Bobby?
Good. How are you today?
Good, good. First thing, I'm going to play a little game. I'm going to recite a scenario, and you would tell me how you'd cook a dinner for that scenario, turkey and sides. First scenario. Let's say the Entourage world was real, but instead, Mrs. Ari never got back with Ari, and you end up married to her. It's a year later, and the whole family, Ari included, is over for Thanksgiving. How would you cook Thanksgiving to really show off?
I always like to take in consideration in the places that I am. So it's obviously going to be Hollywood, California. So I would definitely do some sort of California style turkey and a side dish. So for instance, let's see. I think that the side dish would probably. I think what I would do for the turkey is I would do lots of organic herbs, of course, and then I would make a stuffing with some California goat cheese inside.
Cool.
And maybe some California Meyer lemons kind of roasted on top. The side dish would probably be the stuffing, I would say, because you'd have the turkey, and then you'd have I would do sort of a Meyer lemon and honey glaze on top of the turkey, and then the stuffing would be California goat cheese and maybe some wild rice as well.
Cool. Sounds delicious.
Okay.
Okay. Scenario number 2. It's a two-parter, but it's going to be easy. All right. Part 1. Your wife, Stephanie March, is one of the stars of Law & Order SVU.
Yeah.
So you're cooking Thanksgiving for her and the cast, but so each dish has to have a secret mystery to it that they must solve.
Okay.
Part 2, what would you do for iced tea?
I think what we do, because these guys are really good at solving things, is I would create a stuffing that had all kinds of ingredients in it that weren't actually specific to Thanksgiving, and the idea would be that they would have to figure out exactly what was in it.
Cool.
And then for iced tea, let's see. I guess what we could do is we could make a gravy like flavored with some sort of tea, maybe like an Earl Grey tea gravy or something like that, so he feels represented on the table.
I think he'll be very happy with that.
Definitely.
Another scenario, it's Friday afternoon. The family's just woken up, and they all demand lunch. What do you cook with just the leftovers and whatever's in your kitchen?
Well, what I like to do, you can either use this, you can either do this with a turkey cutlet that's raw out of the package, or you can take the leftover turkey breast that you have from the night before for Thanksgiving. And what I do is I take 3 ingredients. I take some Dijon mustard, a little bit of Hellman's, and some spices, and I just brush that on my turkey breast. And then I have a mixture of breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, and some fresh parsley. And I just crust it on one side, okay, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little bit of canola oil in a pan, and I let this crust up. And actually, this recipe takes like 2.5 or 3 minutes. You just let it get crispy on one side. You flip it over another minute. It's totally cooked through. You don't want to overcook the turkey, obviously. It's already cooked. And then this recipe, I'm actually putting up this recipe as in our turkey challenge on Hellmans.com against these 2 other recipes: the turkey and stuffing casserole and the turkey meatloaf. And basically, if you vote on the turkey challenge, you give yourself a chance to win a gift certificate worth $250 for some free groceries. So you'll take care of all of your Thanksgiving needs or your holiday needs for sure.
In this world, all the Iron Chefs live together in one big house, like a real-world style house. And this year, it's your turn to cook. How do you do so everyone is happy?
That's a good question. Well, when I think about the Iron Chefs, I think about Morimoto. So obviously, I would want something. I want something to represent, him and his Japanese cuisine, his neo-Japanese cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that then there's Michael Simon from Cleveland, and then let's see, Mark Forgione is from New York. Who else do we have?
But you can throw in the Japanese chefs if there's any of those guys. Batali comes in this world.
Yeah, Batali, exactly. So I think that for Batali, I would make a cranberry sauce with Campari and grapefruit to kind of represent, the Italian, the Italian flavor. And then let's see, for Morimoto, I would actually do a stuffing that had some kind of fish in it. So he does like these fantastic oysters with he does these fantastic oysters. Maybe I would do like a stuffing that had oysters and sake, and then I would do some oysters and some sake, and I would make the turkey maybe with like a yuzu glaze, so it kind of had like this Japanese citrus flavor kind of running through it.
That sounds great.